One of the first forms of communication was the semaphore. It had one definite drawback, however. It could not be used at night nor during inclement weather. In England, Cook and Wheatstone developed a so-called needle telegraph. Here, the operators, called needle clerks, many of whom were women by the way, read the position of the indicating needle for the message. All of these methods were slow. This changed in 1844 when Samuel Morse demonstrated the telegraph and used the world's first key, which he called a correspondent, which tapped the first code on a wire. Within 6 months, the lever key appeared and was much easier to handle. From then on, they were in business, sending news and messages instantly over the wires. And all of the earlier slow, unwieldy systems were shelved in favor of the alphabet using the simple code of dots and dashes as we use today. Although the dots and dashes were for a short time recorded on a paper tape, they were soon received on a sounder, and the telegraphers wrote out the words as they chattered over the wire. This is one of the earliest keys, an original camelback made in 1849. Perhaps a similar key sent news of the 1849 Sutter's Mill gold rush out there in California. Who knows? And here's another camelback. The curved lever, of course, gives it its name. A slightly different version of the telegraph camelback key. Note, the design made it easier for the operator. Telegraph keys with lengthy bolt connections going through the operating table or desk were known as leg keys. As early as 1855, sending records were set with these keys by a James Fisher, a professional telegrapher who sent 55 words in 1 minute. By the way, I understand Fisher was only 18 years old. The operator at the other end who copied this 55 words a minute used a pen and ink and was also a professional, and he supposedly, according to the records anyway, was only 15. Here's a contemporary model of the time known as a straight lever key. This is also a leg key. Note the bolts that go down through the table there. Here we have a straight lever and a camelback. These were popular from the 1850s to sometime in the 1890s. These are the keys that became popular from the 1890s on. They were manufactured by J.H. Bennell Company, Western Union, and others. Here is a portable or pocket key, which was used by a linesman for repairing a line. He could climb a pole, remove the key from his pocket, and clip on the telegraph line. Such a key may have been used in military service. I guess one could call it almost the first transceiver. Here's another odd key, a very collectible, an 1880 Wizard railroad key. This is a later strap key, whose ancestors date back to the 1840s. This type of key was also used in alarm boxes for fire and police calls. This odd-looking device was known as a pump handle key and used around 1900. I doubt the operator ever made any speed records. What do you think? Here's a Bonnell sideswiper. Dots and dashes could be made in either direction. I made one time out of a hacksaw blade. That was a long time ago. The history of early landline telegraphy can best be found in books written by Prescott and others. Great stories have been written about early telegraphers, their deeds in the Civil War or sending the alarm, such as at the time of the Johnstown flood. Before we talk about semi-automatic keys, let us look at a cable key. Cable keys were always double keys. One key was used to send a minus voltage or dash, and the other a positive voltage or a dot. This was necessary since a dot or dash couldn't be distinguished at the receiving end due to the large capacity and inductance and the lengthy undersea cable. Such a key is in the AWA Museum. The semi-automatic key allowed greater speed and helped the telegrapher who may have developed a telegrapher's paralysis, or commonly known as a glass arm. The first semi-automatic was the Autoplex, which appeared in 1902.